Lamar reached out to me and was like, "Hey Joe, I gotta come on the show. I got something I gotta say about these two of these topics." He said, "I gotta talk about the Jerry Jones topic, and I gotta talk about Deion Sanders." I'm like, "All right, let's go. Let's set it up." He said, "I'm free today. Let's make it happen." All right. So now we on. So I'm gonna get a floor to you, Lamar. So Lamar, let's talk to us about the Jerry Jones photo.
All right, let me make sure. Yeah, they can see me. They got the camera one, the camera two on me. They got okay. All right. So here's the thing, man, with this Jerry Jones situation, right? Now, there's only been right a few people. I've been searching. I've been looking on IG, Twitter, Facebook, right, LinkedIn. I even had to check my old MySpace page to see if I even caught some stuff on here. And not too many people talking about it. It's a few people talking about it, right? But I started thinking, I was like, wait a second. I heard somebody say the Washington Post leaked something. That's it. The Washington Post reported on it. I was like, huh. Made me start thinking about 2 months ago when this guy was rather, excited, seemed like very desperate, but he just started talking some foolishness saying that, hey, look, the NFL is like a mafia and y'all don't want to F with me. That's what he said, not me. That ain't my words. That's what he said, right? Quote unquote. Right. And so I was just weird because I was like, wait a second. There's only one person I think that probably who releases a random photo from over 60 years ago on Thanksgiving. Right? The Cowboys play on Thanksgiving every year, just like the Lions. Right? We know it ain't got nothing to do with the Lions. But where could this come from? I'll tell you what, this had to be none other than his mentee, the guy that's trying to take out everybody because it's just a matter of time before he's out of here. Mr. Daniel Snyder. That's hot. That's the only person it possibly could be, right? Because who else would have some? He said he got dirt, and to me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So that's just my opening, theory or
Makes
conspiracy.
sense.
You know,
And like you said, Washington Post, Washington Commanders. It came out. Actually, came out. I think it came out Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Cowboys are feature on Thanksgiving. I mean, the timing. You're right. So floor is yours. Go ahead.
hey, so at this point, you take a look at it just to even, stay on the topic of Daniel Snyder for a little while, right? I think that was just a desperate move because here's the one thing Daniel Snyder, throughout the entire, right, tenure, right, that he's owned, right, when it used to be the Skins and everything, he always swore up and down he wouldn't change the name, right? But see, what you got to do once you start hitting the pockets of NFL owners, right? Any owner, that's when they start feeling the heat, right? And I think it was, FedEx themselves, Pepsi, everybody like, hey, we about to pull our sponsorship if you don't change this. What happened? Come to watch the football team. Now it's the Commanders, right? Now the pressure's on even more of what's going on. And so at this point, I'm pretty sure Snyder knows he's taking an L. And he's like one of those people like that's in those movies. Like if I'm going out, everybody going out with me. Right? He taking everybody out. And so that's exactly what I think is going on, is that this is just the start of it. And if he doesn't start seeing some stuff that he thinks should happen, oh, he got stuff on other people too. He gonna just let her rip.
Yeah, yeah. So Lamar, give me your reaction to the photo. So the photo came out. I know we did an episode and we gave our opinions what should have been done. Cause you're right, nobody really talked about it. And then nobody we talked. It's funny. I'm so glad we did. We talked about it, and then like a day later, LeBron comes out and he says
Mm.
something, and then now everybody want to talk about it, which is funny, I think. So give me your reaction and your opinions on that photo.
So it's a couple things, right? So when I first heard the topic, I'm like, okay, I'm not too surprised, right, that something like that, took place, right? Because you think of where it is in Arkansas, right? Arkansas is still known for being extremely racist, right? Not much has changed with that regard, right? So you think about it's in the 50s. I'm thinking, like, okay, now one thing I'm wondering is like where this come from, right? But also, I did take a look at what's going on in the photo. It's hard to really tell what he's doing. So his theory might be true with him just being curious. But here's the thing. if you're curious there, he quote unquote said he was on the football team and his coach told him, he said, "You not his, better not be anywhere near the front of that school when what goes down goes down." And so who do you see in the picture? You see Jerry Jones. So you blatantly, right, were disobedient. You weren't coachable to your coach because he told you not to be there in the first place. And so to me, I don't know. When I start thinking about this, he's not off the hook when it comes to the racist allegations. I don't care about people talking about, yeah, they got black QB and all that stuff. They still wanted, I think, 13 teams and never had a black head coach, right? So, once again, the photo, I wasn't surprised because they're known for having that type of atmosphere there. And yeah, I mean, he's not totally off the hook, but he could have been curious. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Like me, like the actual photo itself, I don't think is a problem. To me, I think the problem was the fact that what was going on in the photo, and Jerry Jones never condemned it. They asked him about the photo. He just he was like being defensive. Like, listen, like I'm not racist. All right, like he never said the words I'm not racist, but I wasn't with them. I was just there. I was just being curious, but he never said like what they were doing was wrong and I condemn it. I don't think that's right. I'm glad that we are where we are right now. Came a long way. He didn't say nothing like that. All he talked about was how curious he was then and how he hasn't done anything. And just like look, they already said, he still hasn't come out and denounced racism. Like
Exactly.
he still
Exactly.
hasn't. So that was my issue because I'm not gonna call him a racist. I don't know. I haven't been around him. He hasn't said anything crazy, but he has a history of not supporting the the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
with the kneeling in the cabinet and all that stuff, right? And people give him the excuse, oh, he's focused on his bottom line. Is that right though? Like, is that the right thing to do? So, and I feel like the media is scared to talk about it because of the power he has. But yeah, so go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking on that alone, right? He still hasn't denounced racism. And here's the thing, he's probably not, because ownership equals power, right? And Roland Martin actually came on Undisputed. It's funny because they didn't really have that on ESPN's YouTube page. I wonder why that didn't get on there. But anyway, right? He mentioned how when LeBron was talking about, he said, "I'm a black man, I got power, different things of that nature." He actually made a correction. Roland Martin said, "No, he has influence. You don't have power yet because you're still a player. You're not an owner. Ownership is the
Exactly.
only way." This is the exact same reason why Kyrie just got dropped by Nike. It's the same
Exactly.
reason why he is going through all this stuff. If you don't have ownership, you can't call the shots,
Exactly.
right? And that's exactly why they is low hanging fruit. They went after Kyrie, but they didn't say nothing to Jeff Bezos. They ain't say nothing to him. Man, he owns Amazon. Well, why ain't you mad about the people that's allowing it to be streamed? Because
Exactly.
there's a deeper conversation. There's probably some stuff in there you don't want people to know about. And let's just take out the guy that we can get to easily, because we already know some people don't like him because he didn't want to get vaccinated. We know that he think the earth is flat. It was an easy target. That's basically it.
Yeah, because I mean, you listen, the NBA can't do nothing about Jeff Bezos. Nobody can. For real, it's his decision. He put the book on the platform, not him personally, but the company did, and they can't do nothing about it. But Kyrie, like you said, he's not an owner, he's an employee for the NBA. So they can always strip him for his rights as an NBA player. They could do that. They suspended him. And now Nike, like you said, ownership is power. That's why when Jerry Jones and have Jerry Jones doesn't have a black head coach, and how a lot of people are mad about Jeff Saturday getting the job and a black coach, all this stuff, right? And my stand on that is not why they're not hiring black coaches. My stand on that is why won't we buy a team? And then people might say, but Joe, teams aren't available all the time. The Broncos just were available this year, but was anyone in position to buy it? So that's my theory on that. It's like ownership, like you said, ownership is power, and that's why Refuse to Lose will always be owned by us. It won't be, we ain't selling this getting this nobody. All right. YouTube is a partner, y'all. It ain't ownership. All right. So that's that.